Hi, fifth graders. Today we're going to start our lesson by just kind of reviewing those basic inequality symbols that you guys learned back when you were wee little ones in first grade with me. So here we have our greater than sign. We've always been referring to it since you were little ones about, the alligator opening up and eating the greater number. Now today we're going to review it using words like the alligator opening up to eat the greater number, but we're going to get a little bit more sophisticated with it. Here we have 15 and 12. Now you guys know that 15 is greater than 12, so our alligator will open up and eat the 12. Next, we have 45 and 21. Again, the alligator is going to open up and eat the greater number, 45. Next, 67 and 54. You guys know 67 is greater than 54, so the alligator opens up to eat it. And then lastly, we have 25 and 23. 25 again is the greater number, so the alligator opens up to eat it. Now, the reason these symbols actually have a name and not just the alligator is because it's like you're reading a sentence. So if you look at the first sample, we had 15 is greater than 12. That's how you'd read it, left to right, just like you would in a book. Here again, you have 45 is greater than 21. Now, next we're going to do the less than sign. And again, it's just like when you're reading in a book. The reason the alligator opens up to eat the other way is because whatever number is over here to our left is going to be less than whatever's over here. Now here we have 9 and 32. You guys again know that 9 is the smaller number. 32 is greater, so we would say 9 is less than 32. Next, we have 14 and 41. We know that 14 is less than 41. Next is 36 and 78. We know that 36 is less than 78. And then lastly, 54 and 98. We know again that 54 is less than 98, and that's why the alligator needs to open up and gobble up the 98, because the 98 is the greater number. Next is the not equal to sign. Now, I know all of you guys know this sign. You've remembered it since forever. It's just a pretty simple thing. It's your equal sign with a big old slash down the middle of it. Not equal to. Now here we have 9 and 10. We know that in order for this to be equal, you would need 9 and 9, or you would need 10 and 10. We need the same amount on both sides of the equal sign. But since we have 9 and 10, we know that they are not equal to each other. Next, we had 4 and 41. You guys know that that is very far away from equaling, so we would say that these two numbers are not equal. Now, let's just do some samples. We have 6 and 73. Again, if you're going to read the sentence from left to right, you would say 6 is less than 73. So you'd put a less than sign in, or if you just want to think of it more simply, you would know that, the alligator has to open up and eat that bigger number, the greater number, so it's going to open up and eat the 73. Next, we have 67 and 12. We're going to have 67 is greater than 12, so we put in that greater than sign. Next, we finally have two numbers that are the same. We have 36 and 36, and because they're the same on both sides of the equation, you would say they are equal. Next, we have 54 and 98. We know that 54 is less than 98, so we choose a less than sign. Now for the next two, I want you guys to view it more as, instead of greater than, less than, is it equal or not equal? So we have 87 and 43. Clearly not equal. So we would choose our not equal sign. And lastly, we have 32 and 32. We have the same number on both sides of the equation, so we have an equal sign. Now here's where it gets a little bit more interesting. We have 18 is greater than or equal to W plus 7. So they've done two things to you here. They've thrown a variable at you, where they've put the letter W in there, and the letter W is representing some total that we don't know yet. Next, the other thing they threw out at you is, instead of just having a greater than sign, they also have the and equal to line under it. So we would read this by saying 18 is greater than or equal to W plus 7. So in order to figure out which of these amounts or values for W work, we have to plunk away at each one of them individually. So our first one, we would say W equals 7. So we'll push 7 into here. So we would say 7 plus 7 is 14. So we have to see if this statement is true now. 18 is greater than or equal to 14. Is 18 greater than 14? Yes. So we know that that one works. Now next, let's try the value 11. 11 plus 7 is 18. So is 18 greater than or equal to 18? Yes, it's equal to 18. So that one works as well. Now if we put the value of 25 in for W, we'd have 25 plus 7 gets us 32. Now we would say is 18 greater than or equal to 32? No, it's not. It's much less. Now if we put W in as 28, 28 plus 7 is 35. Is 18 greater than or equal to 35? No, it's not. It's much less. So we know that for this statement, that W equaling 7 could make that statement true, or W equaling 11 could also make that statement true.